Welcome to the garage. Today we have my friend Dylan's 90 F150 here. It has a no crank, won't start. The ignition, is the key in the ignition?
No.
That's fine. Give me the key. The rod in the ignition the ignition switch broke. So when you turn the key to start, nothing happens. It'll turn the ignition on, push the clutch down, try and start the truck. Nothing happens because it won't go all the way to start. So we're going to fix that the easy way without having to tear the steering column apart, because neither of us wants to do that. So what you have to do is take this really simple starting system, turn your ignition switch on, and then click it forward to start. It sends power to this post right here on the starter relay. This is a relay, not a solenoid. The solenoid is on the starter. This is a relay. It uses low current to control a high current circuit. Shut up about it. But it sends power to this post right here, it grounds to the body of the relay, closes this circuit, and sends power to your starter to crank the engine, which is why you can jump the relay to the battery positive, close the relay, and crank the engine from under the hood. So what we're going to do instead is take Mr. Spring-Loaded push button here. Oh no, he got a knob switch. Okay, whatever. So normally you'd use a momentary button for this with a spring in it. So you could click this in, and it'll release whenever your truck starts, and it's just like an ignition switch with the key kickback, but this will work anyway. Just a 2-post 20 amp regular circuit. You need one of these. You'll need some wire. We have some around here. We got 30 foot of 16 gauge regular old automotive wire, crimpers, crimp connects, heat shrink, that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. Anyway, I'll get our relay side hooked up. I guess that one. Close enough. Get our wire stripped. Get an eyelet.
So how are we going to hook it onto the positive battery terminal?
Onto the positive?
Yeah.
With an eyelet. Just take this nut off and clamp her down. I forgot to get a nut for this one, so we're going to have to find one of those. Something that fits. But put our wire through there. Where's the actual crimp tool on this? Down here?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me let the single brain cell that's in me work. Tight like a tiger. Good. So that's our ground there. We're going to need, I think, one of the larger eyelets for the battery terminal. That'll work. We might not. That's so tight. We might. Oh yeah, we will. I was gonna say we might not even have to take that apart, but we definitely will. Okay. So negative side's ready to go on. Let's get our ground side crimped up. Oops. Wait, I didn't think about it. Why would we use a nut in this eyelet if we could just cut this off and use it? Oh, but the fucking wire's broke on the end of it. That's right. I probably shouldn't swear. The wire's broke on the end of it. I forgot about that part. Darn. I mean, it ain't broke yet. It's just rubbed through.
You might as well just use the eyelet.
Yeah, that's right. Probably the right way to do it. Right.
So, yeah, 2 weeks when it stops working again, then we're like, oh, I guess we should have used that wire we ran anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still use the wire you run, but just cut the end off that connects.
Yeah.
And then use the connector. But that'll be okay. Alright, so got that clamped on.
Those are restoration problems.
There you go. That's the way to think about it. Alright. Well, I suppose we're going to need a wrench and to find a nut that fits that. So let's get working on that. See, tried to find a nut for the post here. Oh, it's close. I might want to take that positive lead off the relay from the battery so I can try and get that nut on there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And of course, the proper size wrench, the adjustable wrench, as per the usual. I'm sure nothing's going to arc or go wrong when I do this. Don't do this at home, kids. Okay, came loose. Okay. Kind of move that. Like a glove, buddy. Thread's right on. Okay, so we got a nut that works. So we can get our little eyelet attached. And we can move that over there. Like I said, nothing's going to go wrong. I really wish that I was not stupid. Alright, that's connected, it ain't going nowhere. We can tighten that battery terminal back down. It's all good. What could go wrong? The first weld mark on the adjustable wrench. Really wish I hadn't forgotten my tools, you know? The entire bag that I took 20 minutes to pack, and remember that I wouldn't make sure I wouldn't forget anything. And I forgot everything. Perfect. Okay. That side's all hooked up and not trying to kill us anymore, so that's good. Now let's get this side. There we go. Nut loose. Take our power eyelet. Hook it up there. Like so. Alright, so now we have both our relay side and our power side of the wiring going into the button hooked up. That also means that this is hot right now, so I'm actually probably going to unhook the power, for not burning the truck down from the inside. So, good. Let's move on inside to installing the button. Floor jacks are so aggressive. Alright, so now we're moving on to actually installing the button on the inside of the truck. And then we're going to test which one's the party wire here to get everything wired in with an internal ground, meaning the body of the truck. But you got to pull these two panels off. This one comes off first. Usually the only challenge with pulling this one off is there's knobs that are supposed to be here that are currently not there. They're kind of a pain to get off, but other than that, it just pops right off. And there is usually, or there used to be, a screw right here that has now been broken off. They used to hold this in, and then you can just pop this one out just the same way. So, but what we're gonna do is take this panel here, drill a 1/2 inch hole in it, and put the button right through here, and then wire it directly to the back of the dash from the underside, and he'll have a starter again. So. I was going to try and film this in like clips, and I decided not to. I'm just going to cut out the parts I don't want to use. Because I've said the same thing multiple times, and there might be a flow that I like better than others. So hopefully this is still 1/2 inch, because this is different than the one I used.
Looks like it.
Alright. What's good enough for you is good enough for me. I'm pretty good. You want to get a tape and actually measure the center of this, or are you good with eyeballing it?
Alright, can we get it close enough and just eyeball it?
Here, do the honors.
Thinking about that?
Not bad. Oh, it didn't crack it, did it? That would be a big shame. No, okay, just went through.
Sounded like it did.
Doesn't
You got
look
a
like
razor
it.
knife and clean this up with.
What do you need your razor knife for? Front's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is right here is what you're hearing. The front side's good. Alright, 1/2 inch hole. Good. So now button. Go through 1/2 inch hole. Piss. Ugh. I think that'll be a-okay. Oh yeah, that'll be just fine.
Huh?
I said, yeah, oh yeah, that'll be just fine.
The real question is, what's on, what's off? Is in on or is...
We do this with the truck out of gear. That's the that's the secret. We do this without the truck in gear, so it'll tell us. It'll let us know. So, all right, let's go put a button on this thing. Where did I put the crimpers? Up there. All right. All right. So. Well, DC only flows in one current, so really I should be able to hook these wires to either side of this, and it shouldn't matter. In reality.
Right, because you're just connecting
a circuit.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't matter which way I hook this. Oh, God. I guess it would be easier if you removed, you know, the removable fuse panel. Fuse.
I ran that other one back behind the gas pedal.
That's probably a good idea, too. Okay. Come through there. My GoPro probably has a great view of under the dash right now. This is probably all getting cut, but that's okay. They probably don't want to listen to me breathe either. I say I'm going to cut something out and get all wild and crazy. Maybe I'll leave it now. One video with 0 views and a YouTube strike. How'd you do that? Well, you see, I have a friend who made a mistake, and YouTube pee-pee slapped us. All right. We'll figure out actually tying that up momentarily. All right. So I'm gonna actually explain this. So, like I said before, we got our wires ran through that grommet up there, across here. Behind the gas pedal, we're gonna tie those up so they're not rubbing the metal part of the gas pedal and he doesn't get a nice electrical fire party under his dash. And then up through where the back of that button's gonna be. Now we can cut what we don't want off the end of the wires. Strip, rinse, and repeat with connecting the eyelets to the button. So, let's do it.
You got a screwdriver out here?
Out here? I don't think, actually. I literally don't have a second set of tools. So. Just before I forget. We'll guess that one.
The longer one's the one going to the battery terminal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's, again, another thing that shouldn't matter, because it can flow in either direction through a 2-piece switch. Did I bring the eyelets in here?
Sure did.
What'd I do with them, George?
There we are. This is the gas pedal.
Oh, okay.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Let me grab as many as I needed. Oh. That might have been a little far to push that in. These eyelets don't have stoppers on them. That's okay. Nothing happened. It'll be fine. Ooh. It is crazy that freaking thing still works. Or chime. It's pretty nuts. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the button back off for the moment.
stubby little screwdriver in there.
Sucks the van's not out here. Take one. If only we knew a guy who had a bunch of tools.
So many tools.
If only we knew a guy.
So many expensive tools.
Yeah. All that snap-on stuff people say is a waste of money. Sure is a waste of money if you don't have it with you. Huh. Doubt there's one in here. Hey, look at that. I do have tools here, and they are useful. Oh, fuck. Okay.
And it's gone.
Yeah. How do I... What in the world kind of contraption do they have this set up on? Is that it? That must be it. Well, it's going to work even if it's not technically it. So, that's good enough for me. I do have the wire to the actual battery terminal disconnected, so the truck's not just gonna, you know, give it.
Yeah.
But
You took the screw the whole way out.
shut up. Let me learn things on my own that I should already know, because I've done this before. It's hooked up. Ain't going nowhere. My God, what? Oh my God. That was unnecessary. Chinese children that made this. I wonder if that would get you banned. Truth shall set you free. Look like I have the beer shakes. Promise I don't. Okay, so now we got both of our inside wires hooked to the button. Hopefully those being spread out like that will fit through here, because if they won't, that would kind of suck. They do. Okay, so now we can put the button back in the panel, put the panel on, hook everything up outside, and we should be able to start this truck with this switch. Let's try and do that here. In theory. The only thing that sucks about having a pull thing like this is this panel's floppy on here. Versus a button.
Yeah.
But I don't have to live with that, you do.
You got the manual to the key. I mean, this panel's probably don't cost much.
Probably not. LMC probably has them pretty cheap. I literally have no other, like it just doesn't stay. That's as on there as on there seems to be getting. Is that really it? Is that all she wrote? Yeah, I might be looking for a new panel there, Hoss.
Yeah.
Well, you saw I wasn't rough with this thing.
Yeah.
It came right off. What in the world? If I still had my truck, I'd just give you mine. They're the same trim, but mine worked. Okay, well, put the other side back on and see what holds. Might also be able to pop like to pop one of these off here, put it on there to try and get it to hold if we have to.
Well, is there a hole under, like right in the middle there, where it can go into the dash?
What do you
Was
mean?
it supposed to have a screw, or is the part that had the screw broke off?
Oh, it's gone. Deleted. But either way, you'd still have this side trying to do that to you.
Oh, let me just hold it in place.
Hey, lean in there and man the switch for a second. I'm gonna give her power. See what it does. Ready?
Yeah.
Pull it. Alright. That's a working starting circuit. How rough is it when you pull it? Like, how is it? Okay. Did you find the panel on LMC? Okay. Alright, so we got one side from the battery positive terminal over there inside the cab. The other side to the small stud on the starter relay. And the button all installed. And now, give it. It cranks. So the ignition's off right now because the key's turned off, so it's not going to start, but it cranks. So that's what we were going for. That's an easier way to fix it. I mean, in reality, if I wasn't filming and we weren't messing around with lighting and stuff and just kind of jerking around, I could probably have this done in like 10 or 15 minutes on the side of the road. Or I guess you wouldn't have to do it on the side of the road because, you know, you could just jump the relay straight to battery positive. But you didn't want to tear your steering column all apart if you don't have a steering wheel puller, which I think you need to tear these apart if I'm not mistaken. You know, something like that. That's an easy way you can fix them. And it doesn't look horrible. It's a chrome button. Truck's silver, chrome all over it, the wood grain. XLT Lariat. But, yeah, that's fixed. There's one off the checklist. We got to tidy up all the wiring, but it's fixed. It's the next day now. Unfortunately, we had the wrong speedometer cable for the truck, so we were unable to install the new one. We did rip the old one out. We left it out because there's no point in putting a broken cable back in. But didn't really have a good end for the video because we didn't get all the way through the video that we thought we were going to get to. So I just wanted to make a quick thing while I was cleaning up at the end of the night on the next day here, to say thanks for watching if you got this far. Of course, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. If you did get this far and you happen to care at all, if you could put a piece of constructive criticism, constructive being the key word there, in the comments, so that of something you want to see changed, flow of video, explain something better, this, that, and the other thing, yada, 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 or some kind of content you'd like to see, so on and so forth, just put it in the comments and let me know. It'd be nice to know. I want to make content that people want to watch. I want to make good content. This is the first video I've ever edited to do anything with at all, so first try, see how it goes, I guess. But like I said, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.